Hi, Elliot. It's good to see you today. I want to take some time to look back at the work we've done and really evaluate where things are for you now. We've been dealing with long work hours, stress, low energy, and feeling disconnected from your family. Today is about understanding what's improved, what still needs attention, and talking about what comes next, including possibly ending our sessions. How are you feeling about that?
Man, I'm good with it. I think it's time probably to talk about it though.
Okay. Let's start with this. When you first came in, you talked about feeling drained, unmotivated, and checked out on weekends. If you compare that version of yourself to where you are now, what stands out as different?
Um, I guess now I'm more aware. I didn't really see like how much the work was affecting me before.
Okay. That awareness is important, I must recommend. Have you noticed any changes in your behavior or routine since then?
Yeah, I've been trying to be a little bit more present at home, and I'm still tired, but I'm not completely shutting down like I was before.
That's progress. I like that. You are starting to respond differently instead of just reacting automatically. How are things at home right now compared to when you started?
Um, they things are better, but it's still not like where I want it to be at though.
That makes sense. Remember, change takes time, especially when patterns have been there for a while. Let's go back to your goal of reducing stress and being more engaged with your family. On a scale where a -2 is worse, 0 is not change, and a +2 is significant improvement, where will you place yourself?
Um, you say I probably put myself probably at a +1 though.
Okay, that shows forward movement. What do you think helped you get there?
Honestly, it's probably just me being more intentional and trying to like separate work from everything else that's going on.
Okay, that intentional effort is important. It shows you are taking control of the situation. Based on that progress, I want to start talking about the possibility of ending our session soon. What's your reaction to that?
Like I understand it really. I just don't want to, fall back into those same patterns as before.
I I will say that's a real concern. What do you think might make it difficult to maintain your progress?
Maybe, just work getting busy again. That's usually what kind of throws everything else off.
Okay, that's something we can plan for. The difference now is that you can recognize that pattern early. Let's talk about what you need to stay on track. What are some things you feel are necessary moving forward?
Some of those things is probably setting boundaries, with work and kind of making sure that I'm not like, getting checked out or being checked out on the weekends.
Oh, that's solid. That's really solid. Creating limits around work, being intentional with your time, and paying attention to early signs of burnout will help you stay consistent. How confident do you feel about maintaining that?
Yeah, I feel I feel pretty confident. I just gotta I just have to like kind of make sure that I stick with it though.
Okay. Looking ahead, what do you want things to look like in a few months?
Um, I guess what I want it to look like is, probably like less stress and a more balanced work life balance and really just feeling better overall.
Okay. I think that's achievable based on the progress you've already made. Before we close, I want to acknowledge the effort you've put into this process. You showed up, stayed engaged, and made changes even when it wasn't easy. You've built awareness and started creating better balance in your life. How are you feeling about everything as we wrap up?
Um, I feel better, right? I feel better about, everything, right? And I think mentally I'm in a better place now, and it's probably because of all the help you've been providing to me thus far.
I, I feel good yeah, to hear that. As we close, just remember that it is a transition, not an end to your progress. If you ever need support again, you can always come back. We can do it tomorrow. Oh, you can always come back, and I'm going to be there. You do have my number, okay?
All right, man, I appreciate it, and thank you
Yeah,
for all the help.
thank you too, sir.